Baylor women's teams put in the work, bring home the hardware, and compete at the highest level. But when it comes to fan support, there's still a noticeable gap. Student-athlete Ali Czech says fan engagement plays a huge role in her team's success.
When you have a bunch of fans at your game and they bring energy, it only fuels you and makes the fire bigger in you. And so I think it's really cool when those people come because it gives us something to play for versus just playing for ourselves. I think it gives us an opportunity to, obviously, like we said, exemplify Christ on the court, but also play for the fans and the school that's behind us.
On the court, in the arena, or through a broadcast, that energy is something Baylor Athletics believes plays a pivotal role in the culture of Baylor sports. Assistant Director of the Baylor Sports Broadcast Department, Abby Stokes, says her experience in broadcasting tackles the misconceptions made about women's sports not being as exciting as the men's.
As someone who has seen a lot of women's sports, specifically at Baylor, and is at almost every single game, I think that is a huge misconception. I think these games are some of the most exciting that we have, and when the crowd's there and people are bought into it, these no-hitters at softball or a tight rivalry game during women's basketball, you get to PKs during a soccer game, like those games are exciting, and the girls need the support there too, because in those exciting moments, it's the fans that make the difference.
For Baylor Spirit Squads, generating enthusiasm is part of the job, but cheerleaders say they notice a big difference in fan engagement between men's and women's games.
At men's games, there's usually a lot more people in the arena, and it's easier for them to pick up the cheers because there's a lot more of them. They're usually on their feet and they're excited to be there, but at the women's games, there usually aren't as many people. So it's a lot more difficult for them to be loud and engaging. A lot of times they're sitting down as opposed to standing up, and as cheerleaders, we get the same energy for all of these games, but it's just a lot more difficult for us to cheer when the women's games aren't as packed and the people aren't as excited. But I think if people gave women's games a chance, they would realize how fun they are.
For female athletes, the goal is simple: more fans in the stands and a stronger culture of support for Baylor women's sports. Baylor Athletics continues to push for more community and student involvement, yet it's up to the fans to show up and show out. In partnership with Baylor University, I'm Marissa Essenberg for KWBU News.